Great privilege to be here, be part of what you guys are doing. I just want to give you like some stuff. Front hand, I'm still going through it, so I'm not healed. I believe God will heal me. So if I'm talking or something, one of the side effects is I'll forget. So I'm depending on the slides. Another thing, I stutter. So there's a lot of things that are going on. So life and death situation. But I wanted to give you, let you know what's going on so that you're like, man, what's wrong with that guy? He just forgot everything. It's one of the side effects. Matt was saying, I was diagnosed. Last year, May 30th, I go get my blood work, 9 a.m. 12 hours later, I get this phone call. Dr. Gregory from the Veteran Hospital all the way in Columbia. That never happens. That never happens. You're supposed to see your primary care doctor, and they explain the blood work. It was so bad that when he called me, he says, hey, is this Jonathan? I'm like, yes. And he's like, you need to pack a bag and go check yourself into the ER. That's what he said. He said, you need to go to the ER because your situation is not good. And he told me these numbers that I didn't even know. If we get the next, I promise you that's not a bag of urine. Does anyone know what bag that is? For those who are nurses or doctors who are applying to be there? It's not plasma. It's not blood. Blood is red. I don't know if that was a trick question. I didn't know if that was a trick question. But it's platelets. Platelets, basically, if you get a little cut, right, you bleed, but your platelets clog it. An average person like yourself, the bare minimum is 125,000. Guess how mine was? 14,000. Anything underneath 20,000 is critical. Anything under 10,000 is life-threatening. Several times, my blood had dipped under 10,000. Or the nurse came to me and said, Jonathan, we looked at your blood. If you drop a pin, she didn't say yo. So I dropped a pin. She said, it's best for you to get someone else to pick it up. Because if you bend over, your blood and everything would just come to your brain. You'd be dead. That didn't happen one time, but several times. So for me to be here is a huge blessing. I'm a person about passion. You get one life, folks. I know I'm a little intense. I don't know how the speakers are here. Maybe they're like, robotic or whatever. But for me, I'm passionate, yo. Can I get the next picture? Oh, I forgot to tell you. You might not want to see it if you don't like graphic stuff. The aplastic anemia is basically your body is killing itself. So my white blood count, or my white cells, you have 5 different white cells, is supposed to be your army, your defense. It's supposed to attack the infections, bacteria, and viruses. Mine was so confused that it attacked me, and I had this infection in my armpit. Let me give you a little brief story about the armpit. It was so bad that it landed me in the hospital, so they had to cut a portion of my, what is this called? Thank you, armpit. My wife knows. Like I said in the beginning, I forget. So if I go I need your help, you can help me, okay? Let's talk back to each other. Amen?
Amen.
Okay, we're live. All right. So they had to pack it in with God. And if you know anything about a wound that's so deep, is that you don't just patch the top. You have to allow the inside to heal going up. Does that make sense so far? I won't go too fast. I'm not a doctor. Not a doctor. So the doctor showed my wife what to do, so she had to pack it in. And if you know anything, go ahead, girlfriend, get you some. Don't be shy. I want you to feel relaxed. I want you, if you need to eat, drink water, use the bathroom, just do what you got to do. I just want you to be in a safe environment. This is a safe environment. Sorry to put you on. It's a safe environment. It's just a safe environment. Because when they had to pack it, guess what? If you know anything about wounds, what does it typically do? The skin begins to seal. So my wife had to pull it, so it ripped my flesh open again. So they gave me, what was it, Ashland? Morphine? They gave me some high doses. That junk did not work. So I had to bite down like old school, I saw in a movie. I just got I call it a screaming cloth with white, not the color matters. I put it in my mouth, and I was screaming off the wall. Sometimes she had to do it 3 times, 2 times, and 1 time. And not only on that arm, this arm had a PICC line. Does anyone know what a PICC line is? A PICC line is what they put in your arm and get into one of your arteries to let the drugs come in or the blood. So not only this arm wasn't working because I had that one, this arm was jacked up. So at one time, like right now, you only see the benefit of how I had to work out. It was like this, yo. And in the hospital, I had lost 40 pounds. I was so weak that I couldn't even help myself take a shower. But we're grown people. So I was naked. That's more like, not R, it's like 13. I was naked. I couldn't even take a shower. I couldn't even wash my hair. My wife had to do that. That's rough. And so not only did they have to open the wound, close it, she had to give me a shower. It was humbling. A grown man being in that situation. If I get the next slide, please. That's me, a little goofy, that's okay. That thing that looks like a necklace is not a necklace, it's the blood flowing into the PICC line. That was the last time I actually had blood transfusion. And so my numbers are not safe. I have 5 markers that I go by, my own definition. Only 1 out of the 5 is in the safe zone. And even that safe zone, the platelets, is still not relatively where it needs to be. So right now, I'm still I'm stepping out in faith, being here. How about this table?
Yeah, we were just, the same things they said. We were just curious to see your attitude on it and how you were taking it and stuff like that as well. So.
Yeah, one time Crew, I forgot the whole name, but Crew had asked me to speak in the midst of it when I was before all this armpit and stuff happened. They said, what was my view on God? I said, God never changed. He's still the same, yesterday, today, forever. And then I shared with them that the circumstances change. The circumstances change. No one wants to suffer, and even if you suffer, there's some aspect that you can deal with. Any questions that you want to ask? Because we'll have some time at the end, but anything comes.
I think she's one.
Yes.
I was just wondering, before your diagnosis, did you feel Emma, or you felt completely healthy and had no idea?
Great question. So I like to be athletic. I like to stay in shape. So I run, and I knew I was tired, and I was like, man, I got to push myself to do extra minutes because I thought I was just tired. And then I'd brush my teeth. This helps me to remember. It's a mechanism I use, so if you think I'm doing it, I'm not singing in my head, I'm just snapping. See, I just forgot.
Brush your teeth.
Brush my teeth, thank you, whoever said that. So I brush my teeth, and I notice my gums would bleed. Not knowing those are symptoms. So by the time I got to the ER, they said, are you peeing blood? Are you crapping black stuff? Like all kinds of stuff off the wall. I'm like, no, thank God I'm not. But it's like, do you get bruised easily? And I was like, yeah, I bruised easily. I got punched right here one time, and the bruise didn't go away for weeks. And I was like, man, that's crazy. I should be healed by now. But I didn't know. So yes, no, I didn't know. But after they told me, yes.